Hi, I'm Lara Adrian, author of the Midnight Breed series. I'm here in Germany promoting my next book, which will be out from Egmont Lux very soon. It would be book 10 in the Midnight Breed series, featuring Chase. Yes, I actually began my career writing historical romances. I wrote 7 of them, 3 of which were paranormal historicals, and the others were just straight historicals, and all of them were set in the Middle Ages. Well, besides the obvious of one group of characters born with fangs and the other not, the biggest difference for me has been just the freedom to create and make up entire story worlds in the vampire series that I couldn't really do with the historicals. And I find that the canvas that I work with in the vampire series is just a lot broader and a lot more diverse. I can have a lot different characters in the contemporary fantasy paranormal setting than I can in the historicals, but the historicals are very romantic, and there's just a lot of pageantry from the time period that's very interesting to me as well. The one that probably fits my personality the best would be the contemporaries with the dark paranormal elements to them, and probably for the same reason, because I just feel that there's a lot more creative freedom when I'm writing that type of book versus the historical. Well, I've always loved vampires from the time I was a kid. It was the only supernatural creature that ever scared me, because I thought they could be real. And then when I discovered Anne Rice, I realized not only could they be scary, but they could also be very sexy. And from there, it just kind of everything changed. My whole perspective on vampires changed. So I always knew that I wanted to write about vampires. This is, as you said, the 10th book of the series, and it completes the original story arc of the series, the overarching plot line. And basically it's about Sterling Chase, who is also known as Harvard throughout the series. And readers first got to know him in the second book when he appeared as this uptight enforcement agent. And since that time, he's gone through a lot of changes, and we kind of learn the types of things that he's struggling with. He's actually on the verge of bloodlust, which is the most dangerous thing that can happen to one of the breed in my series. It's a blood addiction, and there's just no coming back from it. So as his book opens, he's caught in the throes of this disease, and the heroine that he meets is someone that we actually met in book 9, but she is the type of character that we have not seen before. At the risk of spoiling anything, I'll just say, I think you'll find her very exciting. I really don't choose favorites, and I try to consciously not lavish all of my attention on one particular character, because I don't want to shortchange any of the other books. And all of the characters just feel very real to me now, and they all have very distinct personalities and distinct struggles. So I don't really have a favorite per se, but if I had to choose who was the most significant to me, would probably be Lucan and Gabrielle, only because they were the start of the series, and they were, the thing that brought the whole series to life for me in the very beginning. So they are probably the most important characters in the series to me at this point, but not necessarily the favorite, just I think the most significant. Well, this is book 10 coming out very soon in Germany, but right now I'm actually wrapping up the 11th book of the series, which is a continuation, but it's at the end of book 10 there is quite a large a twist that spins the world in an all-new direction. And I'm really excited to be bringing in new characters and new conflicts. And book 11 features Mira, who readers first got to meet in book 5 when she was 8 or 9 years old. And now the series jumps forward 20 years in the future, and she is now kind of a mini Renata, very kick-butt, strong heroine, and she's actually in charge of her own group of warriors for the Order. And she has a giant chip on her shoulder, which you'll read about, and she has something to prove, and she's going to find out that something that she believes happened actually was a betrayal that's going to cut her very close to the core. So there's a lot of conflict, a lot of new characters, and a lot of new possibilities in the continuing arc of the series. And after that, I actually am also working on a companion volume for the series, which would have a lot of background story on it, and character interviews and things like that, and also a novella for Getting in Savannah, which I know a lot of people have been asking me for as well. And other than that, just working on book 12 of the series and more to come, hopefully.